draw the House's attention to my entry in the Register of Members' Financial Interests, and also that I've received hospitality below the threshold from UK Hospitality, BBPE, CAMRA, and probably the BII. Hospitality, as has been said, offers more than just a place for food and drink. I think to the pubs, I was fortunate to see with Pub is the Hub in Cornwall that offered everything from the last village shop to jobs clubs and even the village hairdresser and barbers. Think of the venues that provide drop-in sessions to tackle loneliness and isolation in our communities, and all of the pubs, cafes and restaurants up and down the country that funds grassroots sports and raise enormous amounts of money for charities and local good causes. And that's why the previous government worked so hard to try to support them. They scrapped Labour's beer duty escalator. There was a series of freezes and cuts in alcohol duty and a new draft beer duty differential so that a pint in a pub always pays less duty than equivalent beer bought in supermarkets. And of course, that's 75% business rate relief for hospitality businesses, taking 3/4 off their bills. And not forgetting, of course, the tens of billions of pounds that was invested in supporting hospitality during the pandemic and as they recovered from the effects of COVID. But even with that support, even though that support made the difference between surviving and going under for many, it was still tight, and many still carry a lot of COVID debt, and they still need our support. But instead, they've suffered a continuous onslaught of taxes and higher costs caused by Labour's choices since the election. The changes to national insurance contributions, the national minimum wage and business rates have piled an additional £3.4 billion a year onto businesses, and they really have hit hospitality businesses that rely on many part-time staff particularly hard. So no wonder 8 in 10 operators have been forced to raise their prices since April. The business rates more than doubling for a small independent pub or cafe, meaning that that's thousands of pounds out of the till before a single pint has been pulled, a single breakfast has been served. These are fixed costs that many just can't meet. And that's why 69% of businesses are running below required capacity because of staff and cost pressures, and why 1 in 8 are planning to cut sites, and 2/3 have cut staff hours. As has been said, the chair of UK Hospitality has put it plainly last month when she said, at a time when the country needs jobs, the government should be encouraging hospitality to grow and create jobs, not tax them out of existence. So, Madam Deputy Speaker, as we prepare for the pre-Christmas budget, we need the government to take this seriously, to take hospitality needs seriously, to fix the national insurance contributions by raising that threshold, particularly for smaller venues, introducing exemptions for young people and returners to work. We need them to reconsider their plans to pile further burdens on small businesses next year, and we need them to actually come good on their promise to reform business rates and make sure that the bills those businesses are paying when that business rate reform finally happens is lower, not higher, than the bills that they were paying last year. And finally, to look at how some flexibility can be added to COVID loan repayments so that COVID loans don't threaten otherwise viable businesses.
Rachel Hopkins.